Everyone has a goal to be happy. How can you enjoy happiness if you are restless? You cannot. How to put an end to this restlessness unless you have a contemplative mind? How can you have a contemplative mind unless you have a focused mind? And focused mind has a goal, is the result of a regulated mind. How can you enjoy happiness is an outcome of meditation? You cannot. How to put an end to this restlessness unless you have a contemplative mind? How can you have a contemplative mind unless you have a focused
3 months
mind?
అయ్యింది సరిగ్గా నేను నా చదువు మీద కాన్సన్ట్రేట్ పెట్టలేకపోతున్నాను.
అంటే వేరే వాళ్ళతో ఎక్కువ మాట్లాడకుండా చాలా మూడ్ అవుట్ గా నాదేందో నాది ఒక్కడనే ఉండేవాడిని, ఒక్కడనే ఆలోచించుకునేవాడిని.
ఏదన్నా పని చేస్తున్నప్పుడు కానీ కాన్సన్ట్రేషన్ అనేది సరిగ్గా ఉండేది కాదు.
మైండ్ డిస్టర్బ్ గా ఉంటుంది. పేరెంట్స్ ని చూస్తే చదువు చదువు అని ఫోర్స్ చేస్తారు, కాలేజ్ లో చూస్తే చదువు చదువు అని ఫోర్స్ చేస్తారు.
As I'm a short temper person and get angry on very small things.
ఎలా డిసిషన్ తీసుకోవాలో చాలా కన్ఫ్యూజ్ అయ్యేదాన్ని.
ఏదన్నా పని చేస్తున్నప్పుడు కానీ కాన్సన్ట్రేషన్ అనేది సరిగ్గా ఉండేది కాదు.
Nevertheless, all these phobias can be removed. Tensions, anxiety, students worrying about the subject matters
Short temper person
can be
get
streamlined
angry on
by
very
your
small things.
experiential process. Nevertheless, all these phobias can be removed. Tensions, anxiety, students worrying about the subject matters
Short temper person
can be
get
streamlined
angry on
by
very
your
small
health and wonderful words all about heartfulness, experience the learning potential. Yes. We all have great potential. Unless and until this potential is made use of, the subject matter is of no use, it's of no value. Health and wonderful words all about
overcome this pressure and stress in their lives, they need some help. So during this period only government has introduced this help program, and it is very essential and very useful for the students. And this program is 16 weeks program. In these 16 weeks they are covering all the topics which are very useful to the students, like stress management, time management, how to develop the leadership qualities, and health and hygiene, ethics and moral values. So how to build the relations in the house and as well as in the society.
We are equipping them to help program to deal with the stress and with the tensions, or with the different kinds of expectations the society, their parents, the school has from them. That way it has really been very
how to build the relations in the house and as well as in the society.
Over the 16 weeks of the sessions we had, we learned a variety of life skills like courage, goal setting, balance in life, and basically controlling our emotions.
Society, their
and
parents,
these
the school has from them. That way
translate really well into the real world, because before these 16 weeks, I really didn't know what I wanted to do in life. But analyzing my strengths and weaknesses has taught me to embrace what I'm weak at and learn from it, but also embrace what I'm really good at it and improve on them.
After the meditation session, we felt a little calm inside, and all the stress that we had during due to the education and play stress and all that, it all went away after the meditation session.
There was a session where they talked about goals and aspirations, and where I could see what my goal is, what my aspirations, and they told me to set it up without any confusion, and that's how they helped me.
There was this instance when I had a test in my coaching center and I had heartfulness that day. So I meditated for a proper half an hour and went for the test, and I actually did really well in the test only because I meditated with all my heart in that half an hour and was able to score well.
డిసిషన్ మేకింగ్ క్లాస్ వల్ల నేను ఒకప్పుడు ఎలా డిసిషన్ తీసుకోవాలో చాలా కన్ఫ్యూజ్ అయ్యేదాన్ని. ఇక్కడికి వచ్చిన తర్వాత ఈ డిసిషన్ తీసుకోవడం వల్ల యూజ్ ఏంటి, ఈ డిసిషన్ తీసుకోవడం వల్ల యూజ్ ఏంటి అని తెలుసుకున్నాను.
We teach this to students right from very early age, to reflect, to look within, and become more aware of the situation or a problem. It is this awareness that brings about revolution in life. It makes life easier because we are able to tackle problems even before it becomes a real issue for us.
A very good morning, students. Welcome to the Heartfulness programs. A happy morning to all the dignitaries of Board of Intermediate, the lecturers, students, Heartfulness Education officials, presenters, and all the volunteers. A very warm Sunday, and happy to meet you all again this Sunday. So I'm Sangeeta from Hyderabad, and I'm coordinator for Heartfulness Education programs and also a Heartfulness trainer. So today we are going to have a very nice programs, very exciting for all of you, I think so, because we all met on February 21st, which was launched. This program was launched on February 21st. It's a health program. We all know about it. So Heartfulness Experience Life's Potential, which is a life skill program. So it's a set of life skills and heartfulness practices. And in collaboration with Board of Intermediate and Heartfulness Education Trust, we have launched and designed a special program as Manage Stress during examinations through the Heartfulness Way. So we all know it's an online program, so specially designed for all the intermediate students, because very shortly you all are going to face the examinations, right? So today is the second Sunday. We all know it's a 3-hour program, so 1.5 hours we all have experienced it on 21st February. So this is a continuation of the program. So as we all know, we have launched this on 21st February. The topics were stress and courage, which we have covered on 21st. So manandarki telusu ee program launch ayindi anesi 21st రోజున మనకి అందరికీ కూడా చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి exam stress ఉంటుంది కదా. We all have exam stress and we have fear. We have undergone that fear and that experiences we have. So we all have to just move on, right? So ఈ స్ట్రెస్ నుంచి మనం బయటికి రావాలి. The past is already gone. We had lot of past experiences, lot of impressions in us. So దాని నుంచి మనం బయటికి రావాలంటే it is the present is very important. So let's all be in the present, in this present conditions, how we have to adapt to the changes and come out of that stress and build courage with confidence, right? So today we are going to have 2 more beautiful topics, that is resilience and time. మార్పు ఏ విధంగా మనకున్న పరిస్థితులు ఛాలెంజెస్ నుంచి ఇప్పటి వరకు క్లాసెస్ సరిగా జరగలేదు, we didn't had proper classes, and intermediate is a very very beautiful phase. It's a turning phase for all of us. I know there are you are attending a lot of preparing for a lot of entrance exams. I think recently JEE mains exam kuda ayindi, and you'll have to write again MCET exam, board exams, a lot of other entrance exams. So for that you need to actually calm down yourself. When you calm down, focus yourself, center yourself, it will help you to remember better. So with a set of heartfulness practices, it will help you to focus, concentrate, memory increase cheskodaniki ivanni kuda manaki help avutayi. So let me move forward and just e series low, as I said that we have covered 2 topics last week. We're going to shortly have a recap of that. So before that, I know you all are punctual, because you all from starting nunchi vinte you will come to know what program this program is, because I have seen the chat that ee program enti aslu enti anedi meeku ardham avvali ante I think you should again be on time and listen attentively. Let's all get connected within, close our eyes, and just few seconds I request all to just connect within your mind and heart, and just forget about the other world, the outside world. Just take this 90 minutes of time of yours for your self development. Ee 90 నిమిషాలు 90 minutes 11 నుంచి 12:30 వరకు ఈ మీ సెల్ఫ్ డెవలప్మెంట్ కోసం ఈ టైం ని మీరు spend చేయండి. It is very, very important for all of you. Just forget about your meetings, forget about all the things happening around, okay? And have fun. And chat low, please put your, keep answering and up to the point, just related to what the topic is all about. Me personal chat chesukovalante you can put it personally, but this is live, so I request all to actually focus on that. And meeku evana questions unte please put it in chat, we will try to answer those. Also manam last time post chesina questions ni we are going to answer now, okay? So before that, I would like to introduce my team. Dr. Madhvi Ravi Garu, who is a Heartfulness trainer and a coordinator for education, a coordinator for the Heartfulness Learning School in Hyderabad. She has done her Ph.D. in philosophy, that is interdisciplinary research, and she has 3 master's degrees. You can see here in philosophy, in Master of Education, and in English as well. She's a very dynamic teacher and a coordinator and a Heartfulness volunteer as well. So she has 20 plus years of experience. And you can see here she has done research on value-based education and how heartfulness practices ఇవే ఏ విధంగా మార్పుని తీసుకొస్తాయి మనలో ఈ heartfulness practices చేయడం వల్ల. So she has done a research on that, and very nice to be with us, ma'am. Welcome, ma'am. Madhvi, ma'am. So also we know that last week we have we had our 2 well experienced expert presenters, Dr. Suresh Purni, who is associate professor of IIIT Hyderabad and also Heartfulness volunteer, and he's a trainer as well. So you can see here he has done his B.Tech and he has done his MS in IIT Bangalore and has also done his Ph.D. in computer science. So we welcome you, sir. And also we have Chakra, who we have seen Chakra sir last week. He has done his master's in computers application, and he's also having 20 plus years of working experience as a software engineer, and he has been multitasking in various training programs as well. We welcome you, sir, Chakra sir. And also we have a special panelist for the day, Nirmala Lakshmipati ma'am, who is a Heartfulness trainer and she's a central team member who is involved in the content building strategy and training of Heartfulness education programs, one of the strong pillar of Heartfulness education programs. And if you can see, she has done her master's in child development and family relationships, and she has also done her B.E.D. and diploma certification in French language. So we can see here she has an experience of 37 years in education field, and in 3 schools she has been as a faculty, and 20 plus years she has experience as a principal. And she has also been a head of curriculum development department also. So we can see her, she's been a founder principals of 2 schools which are running by the Heartfulness in Chennai and Hyderabad both. And ma'am has conducted a lot of hundreds of training programs to various educationalists all over India. So she has also got a lot of awards, you can see here. We welcome you, ma'am. Ma'am is from Chennai. Welcome, ma'am. So ఇప్పుడు మనం ప్రోగ్రామ్ లోకి వెళ్దాము. As we all have seen that last week manam 2 topics cover chesam kada, that is on yes. So last week manam 2 sessions cover chesam kada, that is on stress and courage kada. So we will have a short recap on those 2 topics by our Chakra sir. So Chakra sir, welcome sir.
Thank you very much, Andi Sangeeta Garu, for a beautiful introduction on a Sunday morning. With the same enthusiasm and energy, I invite each and every student who is watching this program, who is going to watch this program as well later, right? So a very, very quick recap, Andy. Last time what we have done is we've spent about 40 minutes in talking about stress as well as courage to deal with stress. Highlights are, of course, the link is out there in YouTube. Meer malli kavalante ippudaina chuskovachu for a taking it as a real recap the entire program, right? మెయిన్ హైలైటింగ్ పాయింట్స్ ఏంటంటే స్ట్రెస్ అనేది మేనేజ్ చేయవచ్చు, ఒత్తిడి అనేది మేనేజ్ చేయవచ్చు. ఇంకా కొంచెం డీప్ లెవెల్గా వెళ్తే గుడ్ స్ట్రెస్ ఉంటుంది, డిస్ట్రెస్ ఉంటుంది. గుడ్ స్ట్రెస్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ యూస్ట్రెస్. Distress is when we get really, really pressured by the external situations and we crumble. Now, before we crumble, these interventions, heartfulness tools, can be used to go back to the eustress part of it. That's the positive cycle that we are talking about. Distress vachinappudu, you can take a intervention, you can actually implement those interventions on yourself, come back to eustress. Eustress ante entante good stress, right? You can actually read information on eustress. Scientists have said eustress is needed for human beings to perform at the optimal performance level, right? Example kuda manam maatladukunnam last time. So which is eustress ante it should be it should be there because it will let you perform better. Now, how do we manage stress? One method is cheerful acceptance and having positive attitude and a lot of courage from our heart, because courage comes from our heart. Mind thinks, but heart feels. So courage anedi manaki strength and courage anedi ధైర్యం అనేది ఒక గుండెతో కూడిన మన హృదయంతో కూడిన ఎమోషన్, భావం. కాబట్టి మనం పాజిటివ్ యాటిట్యూడ్ తెచ్చుకుని ఏవైనా సంఘటన ఉండొచ్చు, మనకి లైఫ్ అంటే ఒడుగుదొడుగులు ఉంటాయి ఎట్లాగో, మనం అలా నెగిటివ్ ఏమైనా సిచ్యువేషన్ కాగానే, ప్రెషర్డ్ సిచ్యువేషన్ కాగానే క్రంబల్ కాకుండా మనం ఏం చేస్తామంటే వి డెవలప్ పాజిటివ్ యాటిట్యూడ్. దాన్ని సిచ్యువేషన్ యాక్సెప్ట్ చేస్తే ఇంకా మనకి హృదయంలో నుంచి ధైర్యం వచ్చి ఆ సిచ్యువేషన్ ని మనం దాటుకోగలిగే శక్తిని మనకి కలిగించుకోవచ్చు, మనకి మనమే కలిగించుకోవచ్చు, రైట్? 2 simple techniques అండి. whenever you are in stress, we also talked about stress hijack. మనకంతా బాడీ అంతా ఫ్రీజ్ అయిపోతుంది, ఫిజియోలాజికల్ చేంజెస్ కూడా మనం మాట్లాడుకున్నాం. అవన్నీ మనం నార్మలైజ్ చేయాలంటే లెఫ్ట్ నాస్ట్రిల్ బ్రీదింగ్ చేయొచ్చు. అంటే రైట్ నాస్ట్రిల్ ఇట్లా క్లోజ్ చేసి లెఫ్ట్ నాస్ట్రిల్ తోని ఒక 4-5 times whenever you are in stress, అప్పటికప్పుడు మీరు అక్కడే కూర్చొని you can do left nostril breathing. And there is a beautiful technique which we have also experienced towards the end of the last week's session, which is heartfulness relaxation. అంటే మనం మనోబలం యూజ్ చేసుకుంటూ ప్రతి భాగం, మన శరీర భాగంపై ధ్యాస పెట్టి ఆ భాగం హాయిగా ఉంది అని అనుకోవడం, రైట్? సో దిస్ ఈస్ వాట్ వి టాక్డ్ అబౌట్ స్ట్రెస్. నౌ ఇంపార్టెంట్ థింగ్ ఈజ్ స్ట్రెస్ ని ఎదుర్కోవాలంటే ధైర్యం కూడా కావాలి, కరేజ్ కూడా కావాలి అనుకున్నాం, రైట్? సో లెట్స్ సీ వాట్ కరేజ్ ఇస్ ఆల్ అబౌట్. సో వి టాక్డ్ అబౌట్ దిస్ వెరీ పాజిటివ్ self perpetuating cycle. Courage and confidence are very much tied together, right? మనం ఏదైనా పని మనం సాధించలేము అనుకున్నాం అనుకోండి, మన మనోబలం యూజ్ చేసి సాధిస్తే చిన్న పని కావచ్చు. లైక్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, tomorrow morning I have to get up at 5:30, but I'm not used to get up at 5:30 a.m. So if I use my willpower and prepare myself today and I get up at 5:30, I feel that I won on myself. So that is what is the positive cycle that we're talking about. Start slowly, and which will help to build the courage and confidence is plan, act, and acquire the skills, right? మనం ఇప్పుడు మ్యాథ్ ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయాలనుకున్నాం అనుకోండి, మనం ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయాలి. ఎగ్జామినేషన్కి ప్రిపరేషన్ ఎంత మంచిది చేసుకుంటే అంత మంచిది. సో ఆ స్కిల్ అక్వైరింగ్ మనం నేర్చుకోవాలి, రైట్? సో మనం ఎంత కష్టపడితే, ఎంత ప్లాన్ చేస్తే, ఈ ప్రస్తుతం ఎంత టైం దొరికితే అంత టైంలో ఎంత బాగా ప్రిపేర్ చేయాలి అని మనం ప్లాన్ చేసుకొని ఆ ప్లాన్ని మనం యాక్ట్ చేస్తే మనకి స్కిల్స్ వస్తాయి. స్కిల్స్ వస్తే ఆటోమేటిక్గా కాన్ఫిడెన్స్ వస్తుంది. కాన్ఫిడెన్స్ వస్తే ఆటోమేటిక్గా కరేజ్ వస్తుంది, ఇంకా టఫ్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ సాల్వ్ చేయడానికి. సో start slow, gain confidence, thereby gaining a courage. Then
Sir, you're not audible, sir.
చాలా చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్ అనుకున్నాం. Yeah.
There was some problem with the audio in between.
Oh, okay. You're able to hear me now?
Yes, we are able to hear now.
Yeah, okay. So then communicate చేస్తే హెల్ప్ అడిగితే తప్పు లేదు. మీరు ఫ్రెండ్స్తో అన్నా షేర్ చేసుకోవచ్చు, లేకపోతే మీ అమ్మ నాన్నలతో షేర్ చేసుకోవచ్చు, మీ బ్రదర్స్తో షేర్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. ఇట్ ఈస్ నార్మల్, రైట్? వి ఆల్ డూ ఇట్. ఇంకోటి ఏంటంటే ట్రస్ట్ యువర్ హార్ట్. మీ హృదయాన్ని మీరు నమ్మండి. ఇట్ విల్ గివ్ యూ లాట్ ఆఫ్ హోప్. హృదయం అనేది ఆశావాది, రైట్? సో విత్ దిస్ వి ఆల్సో టాక్డ్ అబౌట్ రెసిలియన్స్ అండ్ టైమ్ టుడే. రెసిలియన్స్ అంటే ఏమైనా మనం జీవితంలో చాలా ఉడుగుదొడుగులు ఉంటాయండి. ఆ ఉడుగుదొడుగులు నుంచి బయట ఎంత జల్దీ బయటకు వస్తే అంత మంచిది. ద సూనర్ వి బౌన్స్ బ్యాక్ from a tough situation in our life, that is much better for us, right? That is number one. We will look into a deep dive. Madam Madhavi will take us through. After that, we will look at time management as well. Okay. So welcome to today's program. Folks, we are very, very glad as a team to be speaking to you. Over to Madhavi, Madam.
So very good morning to all of you students, all those who have joined us today. So I would like to start by talking about a sport. Yeah. అయితే మీరందరూ అనుకుంటుండొచ్చు, మ్యామ్ ఏంటి ఎగ్జామ్ స్ట్రెస్లో ఉన్నాము, స్పోర్ట్స్ గురించి మాట్లాడతా అంటున్నారు అనుకోవచ్చు. దాని రీజన్ ఒకటి ఉంది. అది మనం డిస్కస్ చేసిన తర్వాత దాని గురించి మీకు తెలుస్తుంది ఎందుకు దీని గురించి మాట్లాడాము ఈ స్పోర్ట్స్ గురించి అని. సో ఇప్పుడు క్రికెట్ సీజన్ కదా, వెరీ సూన్ దెర్ బి IPL, isn't it? So I'm reminded of one match between India and Australia. India's tour for
Chakra, sir? Hello? Chakra,
Yeah,
sir?
Sangeeta,
can you please take over? I think, ma'am,
okay.
There is a technical issue. I think so.
Sure. Yeah, go ahead and play the video, Andy. We'll see.
Well, first, you can never take anything for granted. Second, never, ever, ever underestimate the Indians. I mean, there's 1.5 billion Indians. If you play in that first 11, you're going to be really tough, don't you? 11 players out of 1.5 billion people. As I said, I can't compliment India enough. I mean, they haven't gone away after that first test match where we won in 3 days, bowled them out for 30-odd. For them to fight back like they did is amazing credit to them. And
it doesn't matter what happens here at the Gabba over these final 2 days. We Indians can and will be truly proud of our cricketers. I've led Indian teams on tours of Australia and know firsthand just how challenging it can be. But what we have witnessed in this series is something extraordinary. The resolve, fortitude, and reserves of spirit displayed by these players has been inspiring. Most have been away from home and in quarantine for over 5 months. They've been routed in the most crushing way and with the world watching. They've seen friends battered and broken. They've been tested to their cricketing and mental limits at every turn, every minute. And even under that most intense strain, they have never stopped fighting. And they may still somehow even manage to take the trophy home. The trophy that was named to honor myself and the great Alan Border. A captain who embodied everything we have seen in this series. Mental toughness and skill. I know you Australians respect that most of all in yourselves and your opponents. And I know you will always remember what these Indians have achieved here this summer.
So as you have all seen, there is something special kada ee match చూసే ఉంటారు మీరు, some of you who are interested. దీంట్లో ఏం జరిగింది, మీరు ఏం గమనించారు, మన క్రికెట్ టీమ్ క్వాలిటీస్, how do you describe? Yeah, see, the match started off with the in full strength. The team was totally strong with a strong captain who is one of the best batsmen in the world, and then the team had good bowlers, good batsmen. But what happened in the second innings of the first match? 36 all out. Kada? Tarvata, the team had all new members. Some of them were debutants. First time మన ఇండియన్ క్రికెట్ టీమ్ ని రిప్రజెంట్ చేస్తున్నారు. ఆ టైంలో వాళ్ళు ఎలా ఒక్కొక్కరు they were able to give their best. యా, ఒక్కొక్కరు కూడా వాళ్ళ బెస్ట్ ఇస్తూ ఎలా టీం ని బయటికి తీసుకొచ్చారు. ఆ రిజల్ట్ మీకు తెలుసా? మ్యాచ్ రిజల్ట్ ఏమైందని మీకు తెలుసు కదా చాలా మందికి. వాట్ హ్యాపెండ్? we won the test series itself kada. So ఇది ఎంత మోటివేటింగ్ గా ఉంటుంది, ఎంత ఇన్స్పైరింగ్ గా ఉంటుంది కదా. సో మీరు కొన్ని క్వాలిటీస్ వాట్ యు వుడ్ హావ్ అబ్జర్వ్డ్ about this match, can you put it in the chat box for me? Yeah, all of you take a minute and put whatever qualities you would have noticed through, even if you're not interested in cricket. నేను నరేట్ చేసిన స్టోరీ, మన క్రికెట్ టీమ్ స్టోరీ, దే టూర్ అబ్రాడ్ టు ఆస్ట్రేలియా. హౌ డిడ్ దే కమ్ బ్యాక్? వాట్ ఆర్ దోస్ క్వాలిటీస్ దట్ మేడ్ దెమ్ కమ్ బ్యాక్ స్ట్రాంగ్? మీరు చాట్ బాక్స్ లో వేసేస్తారా? నేను చూస్తాను. కెన్ ఐ సీ ద చాట్ బాక్స్ ప్లీజ్? Are you putting, students, are you able to put some of the qualities? మీరు కనుక క్రికెట్ టీమ్, మన క్రికెట్ టీమ్ అలా ఎలా చేయగలిగారు, ఈ మ్యాచ్ ని తీసుకొని వచ్చారు మనకి ట్రోఫీ కదా, ఎలా చేయగలిగారు? Chat box messages. Are you? I'm not able to get the messages. Chat box. Sangeeta, if possible, can you just read me out those messages if you are able to see them? What are the messages children are posting? Students are posting any messages regarding the qualities they feel that the cricket team had?
Yes.
You know, to
so
yeah,
not to
just give me.
Yeah, not to give up. Don't lose confidence. Good. Do not give up and be together. Teamwork. Challenge. Act to situation.
Yes.
స్ట్రెస్ తీసుకోకుండా ఆడారు అంటున్నారు.
వెరీ గుడ్, వెరీ గుడ్. అయితే నేను కూడా నెక్స్ట్ స్లైడ్ లో మనం కొన్ని క్వాలిటీస్ చూద్దాము. అవి ఏంటంటే, యా, నెక్స్ట్ స్లైడ్ ప్లీజ్. సో మన టీమ్ ఈ క్వాలిటీ డిస్ప్లే చేశారా అని చూద్దాం. We'll go to the next slide, Sangeeta. Yes, most of you have pointed out these qualities. Look at them. Adapting to change, reinvent yourself, positive attitude, persistence, determination, and bouncing back. Asal none of us could have imagined that a team with all new players, all retired, senior players got retired hurt, and still, what did the youngsters do? They were able to quickly adapt to the change. Kada? ఆ పరిస్థితిని అర్థం చేసుకుని మనం దీన్ని పోనివ్వకూడదు, ఈ ఛాన్స్ మనము యూటిలైజ్ చేసుకోవాలి అనుకున్నారు. తర్వాత వాళ్ళలో ఉన్న పొటెన్షియల్ అంతా బయటికి తీశారు. దే కుడ్ రీఇన్వెంట్ దెమ్సెల్వ్స్. మన పొటెన్షియల్ ఎంత ఉందని మనకే తెలియదు యాక్చువల్లీ కదా. సో వెన్ యూ ఆర్ ఫేస్డ్ విత్ ఛాలెంజెస్, హౌ డు యూ రీఇన్వెంట్ యువర్ సెల్ఫ్? అండ్ పాజిటివ్ యాటిట్యూడ్, never give up. One of you said never give up. Yes. Persistence. Koncham ante once your interest and enthusiasm is full peak and then it goes down. No, continuously you have to build on it. Then determination. They never gave up. They never thought that we are not strong enough. Kada? Each one bounced back. So these are the qualities that together make up resilience, what we call as resilience. రెసిలియన్స్ అంటే ఏంటంటే, ఒక మాటలో చెప్పాలంటే, మీరు చిన్నప్పుడు చిన్న క్లాసెస్లో తెలుగులో సామెతలు వినుంటారు కదా, అపాయంలో ఉపాయం ఆలోచించాలన్నమాట. మనకు అపాయం ఉంది అనేసి అలాగే భయపడిపోయి కూర్చుంటే పని అవ్వదు కదా. దానికి ఆ టైంలోనే మనం ఏదైనా ఉపాయం తీసుకుని దాన్ని ఇంప్లిమెంట్ చేసి ఆ సిచ్యువేషన్ నుంచి బయటికి రాగలగాలి. అదే రెసిలియన్స్. పరిస్థితులు మనకు అనుగుణంగా ఎప్పుడూ ఉండవు కదా. ఎప్పుడు మనం హ్యాపీగా ఉండగలుగుతామా? ఎప్పుడు మనం అనుకున్నదే జరుగుతుందా? అవ్వదు కదా. సో అలాంటి పరిస్థితుల నుంచి కూడా మనం బయటికి వచ్చి దాన్ని మనం పాజిటివ్ గా చేసుకోగలగాలి. అదే రెసిలియన్స్ అన్నమాట. ఆ క్వాలిటీని మనం రెసిలియన్స్ అంటాం. ఇప్పుడు నేను మీకు పిక్చర్ చూపిస్తాను. ప్రీవియస్ స్లైడ్ సంగీత, ద వన్ విత్ ద బ్రిడ్జ్. యా, వాట్ డు యు సీ హియర్? యా, వన్స్ అగైన్ చాట్ బాక్స్ యూ కెన్ పుట్ ఇట్. ఏది మీరు ఏం కనిపిస్తుందో స్లైడ్ లో మీకు ఏం చూస్తున్నారో అదే వేయండి, పర్వాలేదు. It is related to the topic, but at the same time, whatever you see, whatever is visible to your eye on the slide, put it in the chat box in one word, not in a sentence, not too long. Oka word lo meeku em kanipistundi slide lo? What can you see? Yeah, go on. Of course, I'm not able to see the messages, Sangeeta. You can just read them out for me. Yeah, can I know what students are posting? Yeah, Sangeeta.
I think she has a problem, Madhavi. So maybe you can just continue. Right.
Yeah. Okay. If Chakra is able to see, can you share the messages, Chakra? What are children posting? What do they see?
Yeah, the bridge is disoriented is what they are saying.
Oh, okay.
And
okay.
Some of the comments are like, why the water is there and the bridge is here is what they are saying.
Oh, okay. Will you be able to present, Chakra? Because Sangeeta has some problem, I think. Will you be able to continue the presentation? I will wait. Impossible to bridge bridges in sand. Okay. That's a good one. So what exactly happened? If you look at the slide once again, yeah, I'll wait for the slide, please. Bridge is somewhere, river is somewhere else. Yes, that's one of good observations. Yeah. Can we have the slideshow, please? Yeah. Yes. So if you look at this, you see that they must have built the bridge thinking that the river is in full flow and we need to have a bridge across it. But what you see now is that the river has changed its course. Yeah. Dani route మారిపోయింది. అప్పుడు ఏం చేయాలి? అరే మనం ఇంత కష్టపడి బ్రిడ్జ్ కట్టేసాము, ఇది యూజ్ అవ్వట్లేదు అని ఏడుస్తూ కూర్చుంటావా? నెత్తి నోరు బాదుకొని కూర్చుంటే ఏమైనా ఉపయోగం ఉంటుందా? ఉండదు కదా. దానికి మళ్ళీ మనము రిసోర్సెస్ పూల్ చేసి మళ్ళీ ఇంకొక బ్రిడ్జ్ కట్టాలి తప్పదు అనుకున్నప్పుడు కదా. సో రివర్ కోర్స్ చేంజ్ అయిపోయింది. How quickly can we do something about it? That is exactly what is called resilience. So what are the qualities we discussed? Let's see more about resilience and why resilience. Why do we need this quality? There are a number of qualities that we talk about. This is one of the most important qualities for students, especially for students who are now exam preparation heat lo unnappudu meeki resilience chaala avasaram. ఇక్కడ కొన్ని పిక్చర్స్ ఉన్నాయి చూసారా? ఇక్కడ ఒక వాల్ వచ్చేసింది వెళ్తూ ఉంటే, దాన్ని చూసి భయపడిపోయి ఆగిపోతే అంతే అక్కడే ఉండిపోతాం కదా. అండ్ ఆల్సో ఇఫ్ దెర్ ఆర్ హర్డిల్స్, అందుకే మనకు స్పోర్ట్స్ ఫీల్డ్లో దిస్ ఈస్ వన్ ఆఫ్ ద స్పోర్ట్స్ దట్ యునో track and field events that children are trained in school times to show them that road is not smooth always. You have obstacles. Obstacle race మనం చేస్తుంటాం కదా. మీ స్కూల్లో చేస్తున్నారా? మీరు ప్రాక్టీస్ చేశారా? So this is one of the important messages that we get through sports. Yeah, this is another important event to get what we get through sports. Obstacle race, we come to know a life lesson. ఆబ్స్టికల్స్ ఉంటూనే ఉంటాయి. రోడ్ ఎప్పుడు స్మూత్ గా మనకి ఈజీగా పరిగెట్టడానికి ఉండదు. ఆ ఆబ్స్టికల్స్ దాటుకుంటూ వెళ్ళగలగాలి. అండ్ చేంజ్ ఇస్ కాన్స్టెంట్. చేంజ్ ఇస్ నెవర్ you can say that now it is enough, I've changed, I've adapted, now I'm perfect అనే సిచ్యువేషన్ మనకి ఎప్పుడూ ఉండదు. ఇప్పుడు మెటమార్ఫోసిస్ గురించి మీరు వినే ఉంటారు సైన్స్ లో కదా. సో ఇప్పుడు ఈ మెటమార్ఫోసిస్ ఏమవుతుంది? ఇట్ ఈస్ టోటలీ చేంజింగ్. A caterpillar metamorphoses into a butterfly, a beautiful butterfly. So this is also a change, which is a gradual change, and it is adapting to different conditions. Caterpillar onnappudu it is different, the food habits are different, and then it is enclosing itself in a cocoon, and then it comes out, breaking that cocoon and flies. Though it is has a very short life, as all of you know, butterfly has a very short life, but still it goes through so many changes, isn't it? So it is so wonderful to see. Nature gives us so many lessons. Yeah, we learn a lot of lessons from nature. Now we should learn why resilience. Why do we need resilience? It is to adapt to the change. Change is constant in our lives. We cannot say that it is static. Now the situation is stable. No, there will be another thing that makes you feel that you need to change. The situation is never the same. Yeah. So let's see. Let's go to the next slide. What exactly can we talk more about resilience? Inka koncham telusukundam. Resilience enduku? Why resilience? We saw why. It is because we need to adapt, and if you don't change, you're going to just stay behind. Ante. So manamu time ni patti mana abilities ni improve cheskuntu change avagaligite, that is when you can adapt yourself and bring out all your potential. Yeah. Yes. And another definition of resilience. One is, why do we need resilience? Because we have to adapt ourselves. And then we know that change is the only constant. Yeah, this is a beautiful sentence. Yeah, it is the only constant. Change is the only constant. And what you become is how quickly you are able to respond to a situation. Yeah, what you become is your ability to respond to a situation. Even if the situation is not the same or as per your liking, how do you change yourself? ఒకవేళ కనుక ఆబ్స్టికల్స్ ఉన్నా కూడా వాటిని how do you convert them to your advantage? That is what is the requirement, and that is why we need resilience. You need to adapt quickly, and you need to respond quickly, and also obstacle ni mana advantage ki తీసుకొని మనం ప్రోగ్రెస్ అవ్వడానికి మనకి రెసిలియన్స్ చాలా అవసరం అన్నమాట. So resilience is the ability of anything to come back to its normal position or stronger position, not get affected. It is also called plasticity, the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties. Yeah, the one who is successful is the one who is able to quickly adapt to the circumstances. Excuse me. Yes, మీరు neuroplasticity అనే word విన్నారా? Did you come across this word called neuroplasticity? Give me a minute. So if you look at this slide, you will see plenty of neurons, yeah, neural connections that are going on in your brain. Now, neuroplasticity is also something that is related to resilience. How quickly, the neurons are able to change themselves, form new connections, and adapt to any situation. And that is what is called a flexible mind. If flexible mind allows the new habits that you form, you want to wake up at 5 o'clock every day. One day you wake up, one day you don't, habits don't get formed. So constantly we have to cultivate this habit, make it strong. Then the neural connections also support you. They make new connections. Neurons that fire together, wire together. You keep on using them. You make this habit regular, a routine in your timetable, wake up at 5. So it becomes stronger and it will work for you. That is why they say practice makes perfect. Isn't it? Practice will make you perfect. And if you don't use it, you will lose it. If a habit is not continuous, you're going to lose that habit. A good habit, if it is practiced well, it will become part and parcel of your routine. Otherwise, you're going to lose that good habit. Yes? Okay. So once again, let us see what are the qualities required for you to develop this aspect of resilience in your personality. Idi ela manamu part of a personality chesukodaniki try cheyochu. Equality, which is you all by now understood the importance of resilience. Kada, in one word, resilience is to adapt yourself as quickly as possible to a new change. Just like how we all adjusted to this new normal. It's called the new normal now. Interacting through online classes. Thanks to this pandemic, we learned new technologies. Yes, and we adapted ourselves very well. So these are the qualities. Ivanni chusarante bouncing up. Yeah, bouncing up is a quality. If you have in a day-to-day example, there is something called jelly. Dani kanaka meer press chesarante, it will bounce back after you release your finger, isn't it? So whenever we are under pressure, we must release that pressure and bounce back. Yeah, we must not keep ourselves under that pressure for too long. We must be able to bounce back. Yeah, that is one of the most important qualities, bouncing back, that you need to acquire, and it is one aspect of resilience. Flexibility nature nunche mana chala examples teesukochu. Actually, spider chusarante, spiders web is so thin, each strand of that web is so thin, but it stays in the corner. Come rain, come sun, it is so strongly stuck to the wall, isn't it? So they can withstand anything. So let us also be flexible like that, so that we can adapt and change quickly. And then adapt is also one of the things that you see in nature. Chameleon, you have heard about that creature, right? Adi ekkadunte daniki surroundings color lo adi maaripotundi kada. So adi it's a very blessed condition. Blessed, it is blessed by God that way, to adapt by changing the color so that it can save from its predators. Tarvata reorganizing ante మనం ఇంకా అయిపోయింది ఈ ఆబ్స్టికల్స్ తోటే ఇలాగే ఉండిపోవాలి అనుకోకుండా మనం రీఆర్గనైజ్ చేసి సిచ్యువేషన్ నుంచి బయటికి రాగలం. యాంట్స్ చూసారంటే దే కీప్ గోయింగ్ ఇన్ ఎ లైన్. అక్కడ ఏదైనా ఆబ్స్టికల్ కనిపించిందంటే దే డోంట్ వెయిట్, దే జస్ట్ గో అరౌండ్. యా, అన్ని ఆబ్స్టికల్స్ ని మనం జంప్ చేసి వెళ్ళాలని లేదు. వీ కెన్ గో అరౌండ్ అండ్ రీఆర్గనైజ్ అవర్ సెల్స్. Persistence is, as we already discussed, we develop this continuous habit of going with the flow. Yeah. And renew yourself. Renewing yourself means learn new techniques. Yeah. Like the phoenix, just rise from those ashes and renew yourself. Okay. So how does this help if you cultivate this habit in your exam preparation? It will help you set your goals. It will help you recognize the triggers. What is my weakness? Why am I not able to get good marks? Recognize your weaknesses. Make conscious decisions. That means, how do I take help and come out of these weaknesses? Who will help me? Make all those decisions. And then you enjoy the process. Enjoy the process of learning new things, taking help. And when you start renewing yourself, you are making new pathways and you keep strengthening them. What is stronger, cheskunte new habits, whatever you formed, whatever the process you're enjoying, you can become a new person. Yeah, when healthy habits are formed. Now, if you observe your own mind, what's happening there? Yeah, are you open? Are you rigid? You just keep checking. Yeah, you have a checklist. Keep checking. Are you open or are you flexible? Yeah, are you filled with thoughts all the time? Are you caught up with day-to-day, habits, not able to change yourself? Have a checklist. Observe your mind. What's going on? Yeah. So rigid mind is something which is not open to new change. You cannot. Rigid mind will not accept change. అది అగెయిన్స్ట్ రెసిలియన్స్కి అగెయిన్స్ట్ అనమాట. సో అవన్నీ హ్యాబిట్స్ మనం మార్చుకుంటూ వెళ్ళాలి. ప్రెజుడిసెస్ ఉంటే అవి మార్చుకోవాలి. రిస్ట్రిక్టెడ్ థింకింగ్ is like railroad thinking. That means you can only see one direction. You will not be able to see other things that are open to you. But in nature, if you see, it is very, very flexible and resilient. Yeah. If there is a forest fire, you will see that after a few months, it's once again very green. It's back to normal. Yeah. So this is an example from nature. So when you have a flexible mind, how are you? You are like water. Thoughts are just freely flowing and you're not afraid of the obstacles. You go around. If you see the water flow, if there is any blockade or a stone, water flow will change. Yeah, along the rocks. So these are some of the things, but at the same time, you should be aware of what prevents me from adapting. Resilience ela nenu cultivate chesukovali, daniki obstacles emitayi. Just look at yourself. Am I flexible? Am I accepting fresh ideas? Am I having the ability to bounce back? Yeah. So there is a need to look at ourselves, remove the patterns. Whatever patterns you have already formed, the mental blocks, you will have to get out of it. Okay. Now, once again, coming back to the cricket example, you know that these are all the things that we discussed so far. Now, if you look at the team, the most important aspect was time management. They did not wait for the next batsman to come and hit. Each one tried their best. They managed their time very well. Within the overs that they were given to them, within the time limit, they were able to bounce back. So now I will request Chakra sir to go ahead and give us more points on time management. Thank you.
Thank you, Madhavi Garu. It was a beautiful examples from the nature, and especially I like the butterfly because it is put through a lot of stress also, but what comes out is a wonderfully beautiful, colorful, pattern rich being, right? And I don't think anybody else can borrow those patterns. And one point that I wanted to touch upon, Madhavi madam has made, right, about the time, about the cricket, our Indian cricket heroes have gone through. When time management comes into their mind, being resilient is one way, coming back from the 36 all out to the winning of the series. That's the end result. But I want all the students to think over what would have happened, what would have been going through their minds. వాళ్ళ మనసులో ఆ జర్నీ అయ్యేటప్పుడు 36 ఆల్ అవుట్ నుంచి ట్రాఫీ గెలిచే వరకు, రైట్? దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ మనం ఆలోచిస్తే ఐ థింక్ ఇట్ ఈస్ lot of learnings. Chateshwar Puja, he's getting bouncers, he's getting beaten up because body line bowling వస్తుంది అక్కడి నుంచి ఆస్ట్రేలియా, right? And that guy gives a comment after the match saying that I took those hits voluntarily. So look at the resilience that he is showing as an example. It's like a positive feeling, Andy. I mean, once you are it percolates అన్నట్టు. ఒక్కసారి మనం రెసిలియన్స్ చూపిస్తే మన చుట్టూతో ఒక 10 మంది కూడా రెసిలియన్స్ ఉంటారు. So that is the last time we also said, right, human beings are all connected. If we show love, everybody will respond, right? So without any ado, let us look at how the team has managed their time, right? To last tailenders kuda, they actually improvised. They were put through 2020 experience and they used the 2020 experience in a test match, right? So it was a beautiful time management done by the Indian team also. Now what we will do, pen and paper please, because there are some introspective questions as well, like last week, and we will get into the time management, right? So మనం తెలుసు అందరికీ, మన నేచర్లో 4 వస్తువులు ఒక్కసారి వదిలితే మళ్ళీ రావు. ఏంటి మనందరికీ తెలుసు, రైట్? బాణం, వదిలేసిన బాణం, మాట్లాడిన మాటలు, ఏదైనా ఆపర్చునిటీ మనం కోల్పోతే మళ్ళీ రాదు, టైం వేస్టెడ్, రైట్? So what we are trying to do in this next 20 minutes is only talk about the number 4, but all others are morals for us, right? So నేను ఏం చేస్తున్నానంటే టైం మేనేజ్మెంట్ ని ఐఎమ్ యాక్చువల్లీ పుట్టింగ్ ఇట్ ఇంటూ 2 parts అండి. టైం మేనేజ్మెంట్ అంటే ఏదో గొప్ప అనుకోవచ్చు, చాలా మనకు సైన్సెస్ ఉన్నాయి, చాలా వర్క్ షాప్స్ ఉన్నాయి. బట్ ఐ వాంటెడ్ టు కీప్ ఇట్ వెరీ సింపుల్ ఫర్ our టాపిక్. I wanted to actually put it across in 2 ways, prioritization and effectiveness. If we focus on prioritization and to be effective, naturally the time management happens, right? So what is prioritization? We will see a very small video which is called the jar of time. You can look at the interview. There are internet, there are multiple videos on the jar of time. So basically what you will see in this video is a professor talking to students, and he gives an example of difficult things in life, easy things in life, beautiful things in life in terms of stones. There are some big stones, there are some small stones, there is sand, and I'll give you the 4th dimension when I speak to you after the video. Okay, so please watch the video very carefully. There are a lot of life learnings for us. Can I have the video on the screen, please?
Good afternoon, everyone. We all have this one life to live, a fleeting shadow amongst all that exists in this vast universe. We have the ability to accomplish anything, truly anything, if we use our time wisely. Is this jar full?
Yes.
And is it full now?
Yes.
And how about now? Is the jar full now?
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
There you go. So thank you for the video. It was excellent one. Yeah. So summary ఏంటంటే మనకి summary ఏంటంటే మనకి 3 things in life, right? I want to introduce the fourth dimension a little later. చాలా important things వచ్చేసి golf balls అనుకుందాం, right? ఓకే, ఐ మీన్ అది చేయకున్నా పర్వాలేదు, అవి పెబుల్స్, అవి చిన్న స్టోన్స్ ఉన్నాయి, రైట్? నేను చేయకపోతే ఏమీ ఫరకపడదు. ఇఫ్ ఐ డోంట్ డూ దట్, నథింగ్ విల్ హ్యాపెన్, రైట్? సో nothing will happen. So that is one more, in terms of sand. Now the professor filled in all the important things in a jar of life. He said, imagine the jar is life, right? So golf balls nindipote, that means our life is full of important things. Then he added small stones. The small stones found the place, their own place. Ekkadekadaithe gaps unnaya akkada vellipoyayi. Wherever there are gaps, the small stones slipped into, right? Now the question is, what about the sand? Sand is the least important things, right? So I am not here to judge what is important for you, what is not so important for you, what is not at all important for you. That is one thing you have to yourself find out. Now the fourth dimension, imagine the jar is full with the jar is full with the stone, the pebbles, and golf balls, sand, everything. Now if you pour water, what will happen? Water will again find its way. So the moral of the story is, if we are able to find time, prioritize the most important things in my life, which are golf balls, and fill my life with important things with a focus, the rest of the not so important things and the least important things will find a place in our life. They fall in place. కానీ మన ఫోకస్ ఏంటంటే, చాలా ముఖ్యమైన విషయాలు మన జీవితంలో మనం ప్రయారిటైజ్ చేస్తే, less important stuff and no important stuff will again find in place. That's the beauty. With all the beautiful thing is, if you, however the jar is full with sand and golf balls and pebbles, if you just take one glass or half a glass of water, pour the water in the jar, water will find its own place. Now water is the important learning for me. Water is like the me time that I spend with me, the skilling that Madhavi Garu talked about. Because when I spend skilling time with me, I become better. Towards that, I will tell you one beautiful story. As you see, two people are cutting huge logs, and they are paid on the number of logs they cut, right? So they work 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, depending on how much the money they need. And it's a long saw. They keep on pulling it. They take very short lunch breaks because they want more money, because they want to feed their families, of course. They're not greedy people. They are hard-working people, right? So what happened is, one day a very wise man was passing through, these guys' workshop. He saw them. And then he said, brothers, can I speak to you? These young men said, you are an old guy. You seem to be, don't have any time, any aim in life. Go away. We don't want. We have a lot of work to focus. We are cutting wood because this is a wage earner for us, right? Then what happened? He came back next time, the day after, the day after. Like that, 1 week passed, right? And this old man wanting to try and talk to something, but these guys are not listening at all. Yeah. So so what happened? One day they were having lunch, and in the lunchtime the old man came and then said, can I speak to you? Right? Then he said, okay, fine. Why don't you spend some time sharpening the teeth of your saw? Right? Then they said, that will not benefit anything. Then the old man bought a file. He took the saw himself. And he sharpened the teeth himself. To their surprise, the post-lunch session was very, very productive. So the workers went on cutting more logs and they were very happy. They went back to the stage and then said, what did you do? Right? So, the moral of the story is we need to spend time in actually sharpening our skills. What are our skills? These three are our skills. Body, of course, we have to keep it healthy. Mind, of course, we can actually give it knowledge, quest for learning new things. Art. Heart is one thing where we can keep sharpening it by using heartfulness meditation, by being in joyful conditions, by being, love, empathy, these positive feelings which uplift our emotions, right? Now, when you do this, the important stuff is when you actually spend the me time, when you sharpen your skills, you can cut more number of logs. That means when I spend me time with me, I can study better. I can focus better. I can concentrate better. That is how the entire productivity cycle starts. And it makes you much better. Okay, so here are some of the tips to be effective. Clarity of tasks. Manakundali mana goal setting gurinchi kuda maatladukunnam. In times of stress and courage, kuda clarity of tasks undali. Urgent versus important. Right? Edi urgent to edi important. If you focus on important, then urgent things will come down. Right? Plan చేసుకోవాలి. Obvious గా మనం నాకు 5 చాప్టర్లు ఉన్నాయి. 8 గంటలు ఉన్నాయి. How do I plan? I would say I will go after the important chapter first because my concentration is better. I'll do relax myself. I'll do left nostril breathing. Start with the important chapter first. Once I win it, the courage, confidence, positive cycle kicks in. The rest of the chapters may be productive. Why don't you give a chance? Right? Willpower to execute. Madhavi madam said, tomorrow 5 o'clock, if you want to get up, use that willpower and to execute the plan. Right? So these are some of the things that wanted to tell you. And one beautiful concept that we wanted to leave with you is WOOP. And we will do a deep dive of what is WOOP. You see, enduku manaku WOOP undali, right? WOOP. Okay? We will see what is a deep dive into that technique. Suresh, brother, you're on mute.
Thank you, Chetkathar Garu. And again, a very good afternoon to all dear students. So, మన చక్రధర్ సారు చాలా మంచిగా చెప్పారు టైం గురించి, ఎలా ప్రియారిటైజ్ చేసుకోవాలి అండ్ హౌ వీ షుడ్ యూస్ ద టైమ్ ఎఫెక్టివ్లీ అనే వాటి గురించి చక్రధర్ సార్ మంచి కథ కూడా చెప్పారు దాంట్లో. సో నౌ వాట్ వీ విల్ సీ ఈస్ హౌ వీ కెన్ యూస్ దిస్ టెక్నిక్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ WOOP so that we can go about setting our goals properly. ఏదైతే మన గోల్స్ మనకున్నాయో, మన ముందున్నాయో, అవి వాటిని ఒకసారి మనం గుర్తు తెచ్చుకొని ఆ గోల్స్ని అచీవ్ చేయడానికి కెన్ వి గో అబౌట్ ఇట్ సిస్టమాటికలీ అనేది దట్స్ వాట్ వి విల్ సీ ఫర్ ద నెక్స్ట్ 5 minutes. సో దీనికి సంబంధించి దెర్ ఈస్ వన్ వెరీ పాపులర్ టూల్ అండ్ టెక్నిక్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ WOOP. And this is used across the world from college-going students like you to professional career professionals. So here let's so ee WOOP ane technique lo, so what we do is there are few steps in this. Usual ga entante manamu time management anangalne what we do is we these are the things that I have to do and how I should be splitting up the tasks and make a to-do list and have a schedule and go about executing the schedule. That's what comes to our mind. But a slight enhancement to that to-do list will make a huge difference in your ability to accomplish the goals. మన యూజువల్గా మనం రాసుకుంటాం కదా, ఈ రోజు ఇది చదవాలి సో అని ఆ స్కెడ్యూల్ చేసుకొని మనము విల్ గో హెడ్ అండ్ డూ ఇట్. ఆ యూజువల్ టు డూ లిస్ట్కు మనము కొంచెం మోడిఫికేషన్ ఎన్హాన్స్మెంట్ చేసి చేస్తే మనకు వి గెట్ దిస్ WOOP అనే టెక్నిక్ వస్తుంది. దాన్ని we will see how you can use this technique effectively to go about achieving your goal well. So let's say, so ఈ WOOP అనే దాంట్లో first W stands for wish. So let's say your wish is to get a good rank in NEET. I just took NEET as an example, but if you can, if you want to, if you are writing engineering entrance exam, you can call it as T-set or M-set or IIT JEE, or you want to become a chartered accountant, whatever the wish you have, you decide it for yourself. So ఒకసారి మనము ఈ గోల్ని మనము నిర్ధారించుకున్నప్పుడు the next step that we do is, the second O here is what is called as an outcome. We would like to identify ourselves with the outcome. So నేను నాకు నీట్లో మంచి ర్యాంక్ వస్తే I can go to మంచి కాలేజ్లో నేను MBBS చదువుకోవడానికి అవకాశం వస్తుంది, and I can become a doctor and I can serve people. So that is the outcome. So you imagine that outcome and bring that outcome to the present. How it will be like if I accomplish this wish or goal for me. Okay, so that is the second step. ఎప్పుడైతే మనము ఈ అవుట్కమ్ని, if you bring it, the outcome which is supposed to come in the future, if you bring it to the present and imagine how it is like, it gives us a lot of positive energy అన్నమాట. ఎప్పుడైతే ఒకసారి like all of you, if you close your eyes for a moment and imagine, so నా గోల్ని నేను అకంప్లిష్ చేస్తే how it will be like అనే ఫీలింగ్ని ఈ కరెంట్ మూమెంట్లో ఇమాజిన్ చేసుకుంటే it gives us a lot of positive energy in our heart and mind. So that is the second step. The third step is, what are the second O on the kadayati, that's what it stands for, obstacles. What are the obstacles for me in reaching the goal? Like for example, laziness. We spend a lot of time on mobile phones, and so distracting friends, lots of time you end up chatting with friends. Once in a while talking with them and having fun is good, but spending a lot of time on Facebook, WhatsApp, etc., it's not good for you. So identify these obstacles, and finally, what is your plan to get over these obstacles? So as simple thing as this, and manaku oka WOOP ane technique, we can apply it at a different granularities anamata. Like for example, meek NEET exam 6 months lo undi, so you can have a 6-month plan. 6-month plan ni divide cheste, you will get 1 month plan. A 1 month plan ni malli divide cheste, you will get 1 week plan. A 1 week plan ni divide cheste 1 day plan వస్తుంది. Like for example, if you apply this WOOP technique on a 1 day plan, then what happens, నేను ఇవాళ or రేపు నేను ఈ 3 chapters చదువుకోవాలి. ఈ 3 chapters చదువుకోవాలి అంటే నాకు I need 5 hours of time I need to spend, but there is a T20 match ఉంది, so that's a problem. So if I watch T20 match, I will not be able to spend that period of time. So what do we do? So you have to see how you can get over the obstacle. You can, for example, decide, I will watch India batting chestunappudu I will watch, and Australia batting chestunappudu nenu chaduvukuntanu. Have some kind of plan to get over the obstacle. So what I would request all of you is to take this technique, the WOOP ane technique, extremely simple technique. There is no lot of theory behind it. దీన్ని ఇవాళ మీరు after this session, you try to apply this technique and see how it can help you. The second important idea, moving on, so this idea of consciousness of time. So like let's consider two situations. So oka situation lo you are waiting in the queue to get a movie ticket, and in the second situation you are watching the movie. How does the time feel like when we compare both the cases? Miru when we stand in the queue to get a movie ticket for 10 minutes, it looks like 1 hour. 10 నిమిషాలు మనము క్యూలో ఉంటే అది 1 గంటలాగా అనిపిస్తుంది. సో అందుకని ఏం చేస్తాం, మొబైల్ ఫోన్ తీస్తాం, we want to chat and we want to do something in those 10 minutes because we feel that it is 1 hour time. But on the flip side, when you are watching movie, 1 hour looks like 10 minutes. So when you are watching movie, there are two things that happen. ఒకటి వచ్చి మూవీలో లీనమైపోతాం. That is called as we get absorbed in the movie. That's number one. Number two that happens is we lose the consciousness of what is happening in our periphery. Like couple of rows mundo enakalo oka chinna paapa edustundachu movie jarugutunnappudu, but you don't pay attention to it. You end up you are absorbed in the movie. So you lose your consciousness of what is happening in the surroundings because your mind is completely absorbed in what is there before you. So this is what is called as flow state. And if we recall, when we experience these flow states, మనం మాట్లాడుకుంటున్నప్పుడు రోజంతా క్రికెట్ ఆడినా కానీ 1 hour ఆడినట్టు అనిపిస్తుంది. Or artwork interest ఉన్న వాళ్ళు, they get deeply absorbed in some painting or sculpting. Or when you are solving an interesting problem. So when we are solving an interesting problem, we kind of get into, there will be some kind of eustress on us. That eustress will take us into the flow state. That's what we learned about in the stress management law. Eustress is good for us because it kind of brings back our mind to what is there before us. Okay. And when you are engaged in lively conversation with friends and family also, we experience flow states. And what are the factors that deter us from getting into this flow state? That is, no, you're not interested in the goal, then it's a problem. Okay, you're not interested in the movie, then no, you will not be absorbed in the movie. The second issue is you are interested in the goal, but you are worried about it. Arey naku so you kind of, if you kind of get into negative spiral thinking, then manlo bayamu, fear, stress, nervousness, all these things will come up, and we get into the distress state, and they cause distress, and we will not be able to enter into the flow state. And of course, lack of sleep, not eating good food and exercise, all these things, they will deter you from entering into the flow state. And the most problematic thing are these distractions, Facebook, Instagram, all these things, they distract us a lot. So you are trying to read up something, and as you are getting into the flow state, then there comes a message, your mind is off, and you check your mobile phone. So there goes the flow state. You will not be able to enter. So in order to understand this flow state and how we can set your goals so that we can enter into the flow state, let's consider one simple example. Let's say you are able to solve 25 math problems in an hour. Okay, gentalo 25 problems you can solve. And then you want to know, so but you want to set a target. Then 250 problems cheyali 1 hour lo anukuntam. That is case 1. Inko case lo I want to solve 5 problems and anukuntam. That is case 2. Case 3 ఏంటంటే you want to solve 50 problems. Case 1 లో ఏమవుతుంది, 250 problems అంటే you can only solve 25 problems. 250 problems అంటే that very thought itself overwhelms us. And then so what we do is when we get overwhelmed, it's not possible for us to get into flow state. All right. So similarly, case 2 lo when we want to solve only 5 problems, 5 problems kada bold and the time undi, I can solve any time ani manamu we just watch TV or do something else and waste away time. But in case 3, when you kind of set the challenge appropriately, the challenge is within your reach, but it is not very easy to get there also. So in case 3, so our mind tends to be focused on the challenge before us because it's not too overwhelming, and at the same time it's not too easy also. So the point here is you have to set your goals appropriately so that it enables us to get into the flow state. Okay. So finally, to conclude this idea of this thought process on time management. So in order for us to perform at the peak, to perform to the best, we should be in the flow state. So when we are in the flow state, we will be able to give the best. And when we are in an overwhelmed state because the challenge is too above our capability, then you get overwhelmed and your performance will go bad. And if it is too easy, again we get relaxed and we will not be able to accomplish much. So for all of you, in order for you to be able to get the best out of yourselves, set yourselves up so that you will be in the flow state, so that you will be able to perform at the peak. So this is all about time management. And so at this point, I would like to kind of summarize all the things that we have discussed using this picture. So here, if you see this picture, So when you don't put effort, lower right quadrant chusamante, so effortless. You don't put, there is effort to ledu, focus to ledu, then we are daydreaming. ఇక్కడ లోయర్ లెఫ్ట్ క్వాడ్రంట్ చూసారంటే ఫ్రస్ట్రేషన్. ఎఫర్ట్ పెడతాం, ఫోకస్ లేదు, మైండ్ ఈస్ స్కాటర్డ్ ఆల్ ఓవర్, దెన్ ఇట్స్ ఆల్ వీ గెట్ ఇస్ ఫ్రస్ట్రేషన్, వీ కెనాట్ గో ఎనీవేర్. టాప్ లెఫ్ట్ సైడ్ చూస్తారంటే ఎఫర్ట్ పెడతాము అండ్ దెర్ ఈస్ ఫోకస్ ఆల్సో, దెన్ దట్ ఈస్ కాన్సన్ట్రేషన్. ఈ టాప్ రైట్ క్వాడ్రంట్ లో దెర్ ఈస్ ఎఫర్ట్లెస్నెస్ ఈస్ దేర్ అండ్ ఫోకస్ ఈస్ ఆల్సో దేర్, దెన్ దట్స్ వాట్ వీ కాల్ ఎస్ ఫ్లో స్టేట్. సో ఏదైతే హార్ట్ఫుల్నెస్ టూల్స్ అండ్ అదర్ థింగ్స్ that we have seen last week and this week, all these tools are meant to help you how to move from the state of concentration to the state of meditation or flow state. Meditation is one fantastic tool which helps us in taking us from the state of concentration to the state of flow state. So after we will have a panel discussion now. So we have great experienced teachers and who are with us. They will help you and me understand some questions which are kind of there on the top of our heads given the examination situation. So they will help us out on those questions. After that, we will learn how to do meditation for 5-10 minutes. That's all I have, ma'am. So
thank you, Suresh garu. Beautiful points of flow state, and that's exactly what happened. Batsman ki kuda same thing happens. After staying some couple of overs, they get into a flow state and they'll be able to read the ball, right? Anyway, so very important point that Suresh garu has raised is how meditation can help us to get into flow state. So now let us hear from Madam Nirmala, who has having tons of experience in the education field. Two questions to you, ma'am, that came up to us actually. What are the different ways in which students can build their resilience? Some practical tips they are seeking, madam. And also some of the students feel that some of the people, a lot of us including me, sometimes I feel I'm putting efforts but I'm not I'm falling short of results. It's not that I'm not getting results, I'm falling short. So what is your advice to these kind of scenarios, madam?
Right. Thank you, Chakra, and also the other speakers, Suresh and Madhavi. It was a lot of learning for me also. Okay, 37 years in the field, but still there is a lot to learn. Now you have put two questions. One was dealing with the tips for resilience, and another dealt with, I put all my effort and still I'm not able to achieve my goal. So what do I do? So I will take it in 3 steps. The first thing before resilience is the preparation. Then comes the resilience when you have to face obstacles. Third will be you have put in effort, the goal is there, but you have not achieved it. So these 3 things I will deal with. The preparation aspect, I think enough has been said by all the speakers last week during Stress and Courage when you spoke, and today also when Suresh Bhaiya spoke about WOOP. Okay, the most important thing, we know right in the beginning of the year, 6 months back, we had to prepare for the exam. The goal was set and we know the time is there. And every day there may be 3-4 subjects and maybe 5 hours of online we would have had. But in the evening, did we recap, recollect, and try to work on it? So the preparation aspect should have started right then, because the working memory and then becomes a long-term memory. Very, very important, because only then it will help you now. So resilience is something where we have not created obstacles. Some of the obstacles are being created for us, which we didn't expect. So most important is the preparation, follow the WOOP, get into a flow state, and be prepared, right? In spite of all these preparations, what will happen? I remember this 4th standard boy about 15 years back, I still remember. His name was Ramakrishna. I used to find out what are the subjects the students find it difficult. And the child came and told me, very sweetly, 4th standard, 8 years old, ma'am, I read my lessons every day, so no subject is difficult for me. I used to call him the philosopher. He seemed to have followed the WOOP right then. Now, regarding resilience, okay, again I will quote and give an example of a student. I still remember Bansi Poppet from Gujarat. She joined our institution in Chennai in the year when she was in 8th standard. Imagine Hindi medium coming to English medium, state board to CBSE. 3 years she had to write the exam, and she was a topper in her school in Gujarat. So now she applied the tips on resilience, whatever mother sister had spoken. She realized what will be the challenges or obstacles she has to face. First and foremost, she knew she had to get into understanding and learning English. So she set up what she had to do, a decision was taken, and she saw to it how to go about it. So we helped her out by giving her a tutor. She was also in the hostel. And then she knew all the subjects have to be written in English and understood in English. She paid extra attention, spent 1 extra hour in the night discussing with students, and whoever was there in the hostel, a teacher, started helping her with that. And she did not stop with that one goal. Okay. In 3 years' time, she picked up her English so well. She was there getting very good ranks, not being a topper, but near close to the topper. And not only one goal, she also ensured she started playing athlete. Okay, she was an athlete. So she started paying attention to that because only movement will enhance our learning. Mind alone cannot do anything unless your body moves a lot. So this is very important for students to understand. I need to exercise, I need to play, I need to have everything, but be in the flow state, as Suresh Bhaiya told. So the resilience is to identify the obstacles and take up what is to be done, like this student did. She now is an engineer and working, which means she understood the obstacles, found out the solutions, persisted with determination, and then the outcome was there. So this is all the students have to do. And mind maps will help the student. You can't read 500 pages, okay, just before the examination. So every day, if you can have 1-page mind map for each of the chapters, you just have to go through. That will be the easiest way to overcome the obstacles, right? So whatever we face, if our mind is calm, we go to the exam, we have forgotten the hall ticket. It has happened. But remain calm, just stabilize yourself, pause, and somebody would be there to help. It has happened umpteen times. I go there, I lose my memory. Pause. Just don't get frustrated. Come to the meditative state. Relax. Meditation will help them a lot. So this is resilience. At that moment of time, it's only our heart and mind that can help us. And meditation is a great tool. Now, I put in all the effort, I've written the exams, and when the results come, 90% I expected, but I got only 80%. I'm devastated. It is a natural emotional trauma the child is undergoing. But let it come out. Let the emotions come out. Don't hold on to the emotional trauma. But after 2-3 days, you need to come back because life is just not these 18 years. You've got only 1/4 of life you have lived. You've still got 3/4 of your life. Okay? Life is a beautiful quote which says, it's a journey between birth and death. A and B. In between is C, the choices we make. So we need to see what are the goal. Can I start working? If the NEET exam I have not passed, am I willing to forego 1 more year and then prepare for it and achieve the goal? If not, we shift the goal. But absolutely don't go into anything drastic. Come out to be your own self because nobody ever remembers what I did 20 years back. They only look at me at what I'm achieving now. So you have a long road ahead. The journey has not stopped. It needs to continue. It was an obstacle you faced. It was an emotional trauma. You will learn about the cleaning process and meditation, clear it away, and then go forward, finding the next goal. So remember the flow. F stands for focus, flexibility. And then L stands for life. Be alert about your life. It has to flow. Listen and learn. O stands for opportunities. But of course, obstacles are there. Overcome them, and then you get the outcome. And W stands for the willpower that you need to use. So your mantra should be, I can and I will. I have the ability, I can. Cheyagalanu, I will do it. Ee mantrani pettukunte, I'm sure these students will go forward in their lives. I wish them the very best. And thank you all. Because of the students, I learned a lot myself. This flow was something new, but I just love the flow. And I'm sure the students have taken up everything. Thank you, Sangeeta.
Wonderful, ma'am. Thank you so much for your insights. And yes, it was wonderful session. Chakra, sir, Suresh, sir, and Madhvi, ma'am. Excellent. And we have a special guest today. Would like to invite Visalakshi Rose, ma'am. Welcome, ma'am, for the session. Visalakshi, ma'am, plays a major role back in a connectivity between the Heartfulness Education Trust and the government, Telangana government. She has helped us a lot, connecting with the government programs. happening across Telangana in various sectors, various departments. So she plays a major role. Welcome, ma'am. She's an IPSO also. So
Thank
we
you.
would like to hear something from you, ma'am.
Yeah, I think the experts have spoken. I am not an expert from the field of education, but I was a student once, so I can say a few words from that experience. That to all the students who are watching this today, you're having your examinations a few days ahead. Please do not take it to your heart that this is going to be the end of your life. No, this is just going to test your skills in few subjects, and probably the choice of questions that you get may not even reflect your entire expertise in the subject. So the current system, what I feel is that is giving more emphasis to the exam rather than the classroom process. So if we have paid attention in our classroom, I'm sure facing this examination is not difficult at all. And as Mr. Suresh was telling, and Nirmala ma'am was telling, the flow when we will go to that stage, we go to that stage when we actually enjoy the process, where there is focus and there is no effort. I love it. So there is no effort, it comes automatically. I love it so that there is no effort required and I'm always focused. So this love for the subject is something which the teachers need to create in the children, and the children need to explore the subject more to create that love for the subject, so that there's no effort is required. So if someone asked me when I was in school, what is your favorite subject? I would have definitely answered all the subjects, because I had such good teachers in all the subjects who will compete to make the subject, more interesting. So I wish that all our students have such teachers, and they go into this the state of flow automatically when they prepare for their examination. And as Nirmala ma'am was telling, the concentration should be in the preparation. That is what is our goal, actually, not the mark that comes afterwards. The goal has to be to give our best in the preparatory stage, and let's wait for this whatever comes out, and let us accept whatever comes out with 100 percentage acceptance in our heart. This is what I tried for, and I have got this. And then please do not stop with just plan A. Always have a plan B. If this comes, yes, this is my way. Doesn't come, what else, right? So when I was a student, I never wanted to become a doctor or teacher. I mean, an engineer, the two most famous streams which students aim for. So I had a plan B. I wanted to become an administrator. I wanted to become an IAS officer. So my orientation was always towards that, reading newspapers, watching debates, assessing political scenario in the country, developing an independent thought process, which is required for an administrator. So just don't stop with plan A. Always have a plan B, and you never know, your plan B may be more successful for you than plan A itself. So, and I mean, there's no end. If there is no plan B, then plan C. It has to. I mean, life never ends with just one examination and its results. Let us have this in mind. The goal is not the marks, but giving the best in your examination. That is the goal. And then whatever comes out of it, let us accept it and move forward in life. Like Nirmala ma'am was telling, life is not just about this examination. You're so young to be assessed based on a few examinations. Your personality is much wider, has a lot of scopes beyond these examinations, and it is for you to explore what you are. So please do not assess yourself based on these examinations. Please go forward, have a lot of plans for your life, and as this, use the WOOP process, which will help you to fix a goal and manage your time properly. And above all, try to be in a meditative state. It always helps. Just before going to the examination, close your eyes, center yourself, and relax yourself. And with a lot of acceptance, start writing your examination. And I'm sure this will help you a lot to give your best. If you are approaching the exam with a lot of tension, or in a stressful state, probably you may not be able to give your best. So no matter whatever is your preparation, keep that aside when before entering into the examination hall. Once you enter into the examination hall, just close your eyes, center yourself, be in a meditative state for 2 minutes, and then probably you can start writing your examination, where you may be able to give your best. So with that, I would like to end, and I wish you all great preparation and good examination and best marks. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your valuable information. That was wonderful. Being a government service person and also a heartfulness trainer, you have really giving a great opportunity for all of us. Thank you so much, ma'am, for being with us in your busy schedule. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. And that's where we come to an end of our program, the exam stress. We really thank the Commissioner of Board of Intermediate, Syed Umar Jalil sir, who was given this opportunity. And we also thank Secretary sir, Saradi Bahuguna sir, who has been behind the screens working for this program. And shortly it will also be telecasted on Doordarshan as well. So thank you so much that behind the screens there are a lot of people who have worked on this content building: doctors, researchers, teachers, educationalists, and thank you all the panelists and the presenters who worked hard, brainstormed themselves how best పిల్లలకి ఏ విధంగా అందించాలి, వాళ్ళకి తగ్గట్టుగా ఎలా డిజైన్ చేయాలి. They have been working hard. Thank you so much. And with that, as I shared last week about our heartfulness, so children, students, if you want to start heartfulness meditation, please call on our toll-free numbers which is on the screen. Please note down these numbers. Also, we have our websites, you can see here, heartfulness.org and www.daji.org. ఇవి మీరు అప్రోచ్ అవ్వచ్చు. మీకు you also have the YouTube channels for Heartfulness YouTube channels. You can have more insight or more information about heartfulness practices. మీరు ప్రాక్టీస్ స్టార్ట్ చేయాలంటే you can connect with us through Hearts app మీరు డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. And you'll be connected with the local heartfulness trainer. Also would want invite you all for Sunday. We have a special global meditation with Daji, our Kamlesh D. Patel, who is our global guide. He'll be conducting a global meditation. So this is open for all the students, families, everybody. So thank you so much for being with us. And so you can take a picture of this, and then we have in all the other languages as well. So it is global. More than 150 countries connect globally on every Sunday, 8:45 a.m. Thank you all. We wish you all the very best for all your exams coming up. Plan well, prepare well, and your actions shows all the things, all the outcomes. Thank you so much for joining. Any closing comments, Chakra sir?
Yeah, no, it was a very beautiful examples from both Nirmala ma'am and Vishalachi ma'am and all the presenters. It was fantastic to get into the science of flow states and how meditation puts us all into the flow states very easily whenever we want. And thanks Vishalachi ma'am for practical tips of getting ourselves relaxed inside the examination hall before entering the examination hall. Beautifully put, ma'am. Actually, it definitely helps. And thanks for giving us an opportunity, Board of Intermediate officials. And it was wonderful 1.5 hours spent. And all the best from all of us to all the students. Please do well. And I'm sure you will come out with, flying colors. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Have a great Sunday and wish you all the very best for your intermediate exams and all other entrance exams. Thank you all.
Thank you all.